Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 9th going to the 15th of August. So I'm going to go straight in for you guys to see what's going on for you. So for the earth signs overall, this does look like a good week. This is a really good week in terms of going out and seeking fun, seeking adventure. And the earth signs are really being called to do that. My spirit guides are really encouraging you to have courage this week to do things you haven't done before, explore, okay? Because whatever you put your mind to this week, I do feel like the earth signs have the Midas touch. You are able to turn anything into gold, to turn anything into something amazing. So use that ability that you have, especially if it's lasting for this week alone. I don't think it is. I think you guys naturally do have the Midas touch, but just use the energy, right? Go out and do things, have an adventure, go and travel for a little bit, because I think this could be very rewarding for you. Because it's not only calling you to step outside your comfort zone, Virgo, but it's also calling for you to be a bigger and better version of yourself because you're doing something you've never done, right? And therefore there's new lessons that we learn and also a new version of ourselves that seems to surface. So I do like this. And in fact, if any kind of spontaneous things happen around this week, you are kind of being called towards doing that. Now, this is an amazing time to get out into nature. I do see a lot of socialness is not even a word. A lot of social activity going on for you guys if you are allowed it. I think you are being told towards doing this. Zeta can't speak today. You are being called and pushed towards socializing, being around family, being around friends if you are wanting to, but making sure these are the right kinds of people to be around is just as important, because another message that came through was don't feel guilty for putting your own needs first, okay? For putting on your own life mask before the other person's. I never understood that, but as I grew up, I started to understand it is when you can give yourself your own mask there. I'm referring to airplanes, by the way. Then you can help more people. So it's really important that you guys do this, and it is calling for you to have a detox. This could be in terms of your diet. This could be in terms of just people in your life and people that you start to feel a little bit iffy about, a little bit unsure about. Listen to your intuition and take a little bit of a break from them. It doesn't mean that you need to cut them off completely, although I know some of you will. It's asking for you to just take some time out from it, take a little bit of time out from the drama or the dramatic people so that you can have more clarity in your life. And I think this is what Spirit is really calling for you to do, is to find clarity. And this is where traveling and adventure could be great for you, because this is where we kind of end up having these profound awakenings is in nature. So Virgo, you are being called towards doing that. But I do see this is a good time for family and again, socializing with the right kinds of people. Because I do see a lot of fun coming up for you within this week. You're also being called towards helping others at this time if you want to, all right? Free will at the end of the day. But whatever you are helping others with around this time, whether this is your work, Virgo, or whether this is just help, giving to people who are in need is one thing I want to say for the earth signs. And this could really come back to you, and it will come back to you, because when you put love and kindness and understanding into the world, it comes back to you tenfold. So this is a good week to be doing that, to give away those clothes you don't wear, to just clear out the home and stuff like that. It's a good time for cleansing, to purify your energy. But also for, again, diet is really coming up for you guys. But anyways, let's see what's going on for you, Virgo. Oop, straight away. Oh my goodness. Right, so I can see the Three of Swords coming up straight away. This was facing me. The only thing is, what was kind of hidden, this is how it came up. But this is an amazing card. So with the Sun card coming through, I think there is a lot of clarity coming in. With the Sun card, this is happiness, blessings. But the only thing is, it's being disguised by the Three of Swords. It's being disguised by certain pains that you guys have been through and certain, heartbreaks that you've been through. But the great thing, the Sun is there, it's just hidden. Which was interesting how it came out. I'm just going to clarify. Now, the Sun is a very auspicious card. This is a really good time to spend time around children, because it will help you heal your own childhood wound, but it will also kind of bring some innocence into your life. When you grow up, you see how damaging the world can be, if we're going to be honest. It can also be very amazing, but it's also when we're around children who find so much love and light in the simplest of things. It could be a really good time to spend time around them and go on adventures with them if you wish. But with the sun card coming up, I do think getting out into the nature will be helpful. Seeing the blessings in the smallest of things is also very helpful for you. Counting your blessings is important. We have the Lovers card coming through. Let's clarify that. The High Priestess. So we're definitely with the High Priestess coming in. All right, so there's love coming in for you, Virgo. You've been feeling this for a while with the Eight of Wands. It's coming in quite quickly. The only thing is with the High Priestess, do I think you want it per se? Not necessarily, because the Three of Swords is still there. You're still a little bit hurt by what's happened to you. You are still a little bit hurt by what's happened to you, but you've internalized it. Does this make any sense? You've kind of, you've used it to your advantage here. It's taught you a lot, Virgo. This heartbreak that happened to you taught you a lot, but it also made you very, very, not suspicious, because you can see through people, but you, because of this, you haven't been in relationships since because you don't like fakeness, and it almost is like there's not been any people on your level, Virgo. Now, someone is coming on your level, by the way, with the Eight of Wands. This is something coming in very quickly. It's the right thing as well. When the Eight of Wands comes in, I always say it's the right direction. So using your intuition at this time will be very helpful for you in terms of any love interests. If that's something that you are wanting at this time, again, you have a choice with the Lovers card. It's just plain and simple. Can we clarify this Three of Swords? We have the Queen of Swords, so yeah. Now you're dealing with this. I do see you dealing with this pain, by the way. I think you are, I'm going to say doing it alone. Okay, we have the Five of Wands coming in. How interesting. Can I clarify the Five of Wands very quickly? Yeah, okay, that's very interesting. We have a Leo energy coming through here. Now, this is you butting out of the drama. I do think you're keeping to your own. Again, you are detoxing from certain things in your life. Things that just are never ending. Things that aren't helping you. Things that just cause drama and chaos. You're removing yourself from them. Also, I think you're kind of... Because if you can see, it's the Queen that was doing this to the Five of Wands. I'm just going to put it up how they came up on the table here. So it's almost like you're stopping... You're putting a close to chaos, which is so interesting. Because Virgo, normally in the Rider-Waite deck, this is kids fighting, right? Again, we have the child imagery coming in here. But you're putting a hand up to it, and you're calling a close to maybe your own inner child who was abandoned once. And when this is why this heartbreak is coming in, because it's triggered something. You're now kind of cutting out the chaos, the internal drama also that seems to be coming in with the Five of Wands. You are, I do think we're being a bit of a mediator here. If there is a little bit of arguing going on, I do think you are kind of pulling a close here. The interesting thing about this is because you're protecting yourself. So you're having to cut certain things out because it's becoming overwhelming, because you're still actually dealing with something internally too. So you don't like to see or feel or have this around you, which is very interesting. Anyways, we have the Ace of Cups. So again, love is coming in for you, but this is coming up underneath the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So this is about you giving yourself the love that you need, and no longer giving it into the distractions, no longer giving it into things that are fighting for it. Virgos, you are in popular demand. I will say that with the Five of Wands, people could be fighting over you. People could be demanding your time, energy, and attention. Here you do have a lot of people here in your surroundings, but the Queen of Swords, you're very, especially with the High Priestess, you're very much like, no, I need this time for me, which I think is nice, and that's exactly what we were saying in the beginning. Don't feel guilty about putting your own needs first, and that's what the Ace of Cups is about here. When you drink from your own cup, it can overflow, and everyone else can then benefit from it. But if it's an empty cup, you can't benefit, and neither can anyone else, right? So you are working on filling and fulfilling your own self here, rather than distraction. So I do see you cutting that out. Let's talk about the Sun card. I'm seeing flowers coming in for you. So I do see you out in nature a lot more here. So the Sun card has now been clarified by the Seven of Cups. and the Page of Wands. Yeah, you are. You have a lot of attention here, especially for those of you who are in a spotlight here, Virgo. With the with the Page of Wands. Now, one thing I want to say here is when there is good attention, when there's good press, there's bad press, but both of them are good press, in my opinion. Because you have people speaking your name, which means you're doing something right, Virgo. Don't take it personally, is one thing I want to say. And it's because, in fact, I actually see these people are actually trying to copy you. This could be a time where people are copying you here, Virgo. I mean, nothing can compare. That's all I'm saying. But just be very aware of this. The only reason why I say that is because look how similar these are. Look, but they just don't give out the same light that you do. And that's just their problem, you know? They've got their own inner work to do. Because you weren't born this way, Virgo. You weren't just born amazing, although some would beg to differ. You had to create this for yourself, so it's an insult that they would even try. But, you know, never mind. It's a compliment, really, in other ways. Because this person... Anyways, I just feel like there are some people who are speaking negatively of you, but there are also a lot of people who speak very positively of you, and I think it's about understanding there's a balance here, okay? This also means in terms of opportunities. There will be a lot of opportunities coming away, Virgo, but it's down to you to take the time and energy and effort that it takes to actually decipher which one's which, because with the Seven of Cups, there is good here, and there's also some bad, and it's down to you to discover what's going on here as well, okay? Let's talk about the Lovers card again, then let's see what this love thing is about. We have the Five of Cups. Interesting. The Justice card. So we could still be upset about a Libra or a Pisces or a Gemini here, Virgos. Yeah, because there was a big breakup that you're still recovering from. The great thing about it is everything is unraveled. You know the truth about everything, and this is great as a great combination with the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords, because it is about truth and clarity. Everything. Oh, and by the way, karma, absolutely karma, because we're a little bit disappointed with love, I'm not gonna lie, which is why we kind of taken that time out and become the High Priestess. Again, celibacy has been coming up with this card quite a bit. Because you can see through people, but for some reason I don't know why we're looking at the negatives though, Virgo. Have you been that disappointed in love? I want to see what's coming in for you though, but with the Justice card you will get your due karma, and it will be the right person that will come your way. But because of this card coming out with the Five of Cups, it does feel like in the past things weren't very balanced. In the past things were, it just feels like things were unfair. Maybe someone was very deceptive to you here, Virgo. Narcissistic, or just very egoic. The Lovers card, please. We have the Fool, which is taking a leap of faith here. Who is this with, though? We have the Knight of Swords. Don't go running back to nothing, Virgo. We don't go back, we go forward, okay? And I know you guys are smarter than that, but something around this week, I don't know if it's communication or what. Don't fall into the trap here. Don't communicate with anyone from the past, because it does feel like something's coming in with the Knight of Swords here. It's fast forward movement. But with the Five of Swords, I mean, if you guys are in a relationship now that you know is no longer good for you, this is you separating. This is you saying what you need to say and moving away. But with the Fool card here, because sometimes this is a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing with the Fool card, and in this case, because we have the Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords, don't go rushing and being naive, okay? Okay, so is there any good love coming in then for Virgo? Any good love? Four of Swords, just healing. Okay, well, that means that it'll be a little while before a love interest comes in for you guys, Virgo. At least the people I'm reading for. Taking some time, I would say actually within the next 4 months, 4 weeks to 4 months, a relationship could be coming up for you. Yeah, but we're dealing with our own things right now. We're walking away from certain people, certain things. We're balancing our life. We are pretty busy, Virgo. So one thing I will say is that you might not have time for a relationship yet. So don't go rushing into anything, because as quickly as it started, the quicker it will end. So I think taking a leap of faith right now isn't the smartest thing to do, but we'll learn our lessons as we go through life. I don't see this as being that severe. It's just another disappointment here. But your intuition knows best, so follow that, please. Follow that. Let's see what else is coming up for you, Virgo. 3 of Pentacles, so really good for group projects, really good for any kind of projects that you're building for yourself. We have the Star card coming in as well. So this is about manifestation of your work. This is good for recognition. This is good for, gaining compliments on what you have done. This is also good for healing the foundations of something as you're rebuilding it, okay? The 3 of Pentacles, I don't know if some of you have 3 things going on. I like it because I think that you'll be able to balance these as well. It's a bit of a juggling act for you, Virgo, but it's going to bring you in the money. It's going to bring you in the stability. It's going to bring you in the opportunities, which I like. I really like this, actually. This energy looks good for work. Keep doing what it is that you're doing. Some of you are writers. Some of you are speakers. Some of you are in a spotlight here, especially with the Sun and the Star card. This is good for spotlights. This is good for fame, everything like that. This is good for... Let me see what else is coming up with this. Sorry, when I breathe like that, I'm just releasing energy. I'm not sighing. I'm very happy. Let's see what else is coming up for you here. Well, the 9 of Pentacles. Well, there we go. Self-sufficiency. We like to see it. All right. It's a lot of hard work that is coming up for you guys, but you have all that it takes. You have everything that you need to be able to create this for yourself. So don't worry. Independence, understanding yourself, really necessary. Again, cutting out any drama. We don't need that around this time, Virgo. I think it's going to just overwhelm you otherwise. Also, understanding your strength is coming through here with that 5 of Wands, okay? It could be a Leo. But nevertheless, I like where you're coming from. I like it. I think that I do see holidays coming up for you, by the way, Virgo. But within this week, things are going to run quite smoothly, which is nice. Just don't rush into love, all right? Just be careful of the options around you, but I think you're smart enough to pick the right things. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. You will take an opportunity and it will be one that's good. It might take a while to show you the results that you're wanting from it, but it is stable. You've picked the right one, okay? Anything else for Virgo? The Devil energy, the Hanged Woman, which is just stagnancy here. Page of Swords, and last one, the 8 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. We have a lot of pages here. So I'm going to talk about how there are some people who are bad-mouthing you, Virgo. Again, all I'm going to say, there's just some bad communication or delays in communication going on around you. Just be mindful of this, okay? With that Devil and the Hanged Woman here. Now, you can see things from a different perspective. You can see what the Devil energy is, whether it is just delays, whether it is certain people, because this is all coming up under the same thing. One thing I want to just remind you as we're saying all this, you're still the Sun. And in fact, you're a lot further away from all this than, it's almost like, I want to say you're untouchable. Now, I don't want to boost your ego, Virgo, but it's like you're way up here. Yes, there are some issues that we're dealing with down here. But remember, you can't, your reputation, because that's what the Sun is 10th house energy. Your reputation isn't going to be ruined by this. And that might be something that we're worried about, because there's people saying stuff about you, or there's things that's just not going the right way, or there's stagnancy, or things aren't moving the way that you wanted it to or said it was going to. Your reputation is still up high. The Sun card, you're still, I don't want to say worshipped, oh my God. There is still with the Sun, because it almost feels like people look up to you. You are inspiring for people still, all right? And in fact, going through these processes makes you more human. Just a food for thought. But just be aware of the Devil energy. Now, a lot of you, it is just going to be stagnancy. A lot of you, it is going to be certain people that you're realizing, hey, you're a little bit more toxic than I thought you were. We're going to need to cut ties ASAP. And doing so, do you know what it is? It's just listening to yourself this week. I think it's really important. But aside from all this, again, reputation is on fire. You are getting offers and opportunities, which is amazing. You are healing yourself. You are dealing with things properly. You can see through people. Your intuition is buzzing. Your career life looks amazing. Your finances are going to be increasing here, which is amazing because I think you've asked for it. I'm hearing publishing also for some of you guys too. adventures and everything like that, and being courageous, which is awesome. Everything is going to be okay. All right, my lovelies. So I wish you all the best. I love you guys. If you want to check out my second channel, feel free. The link is in the description. But I will see you guys next week.